Hello, it's me again. Now don't get too excited, this is a one-off episode, mainly to show you what's been happening in the garden since I was last here, but also to give you some very important news and to ask for your help. Anyway, I'm here in the greenhouse. It's a lovely bright sunny day. It's the first one we've had for quite some time, and there's lots of buzzy things buzzing around still. It's November, don't they know? Don't they realise? You fly, don't you understand? You wasp, don't you understand? Go away, it's not your time of year. Stupid things, stupid buzzy things. In here, careful observers might just notice I've put the staging back onto the other side of the greenhouse. Look, there it is. And if you remember, the reason I've done that is because when the staging was on that side, I actually had quite a problem shading my plants on the other side of the greenhouse there. You might have noticed that there were a few squash on that staging as well. So there's these two here, which look kind of ripe, although they're not the colour I was expecting butternut squash to be. These are just more orange. And I also had to harvest these, which aren't ripe, but all the vines are died, so they had to come inside. I'm hoping these will ripe in the sunshine. There's about 5 kilograms of squash here. That's a lot of squash. I've kind of decided I'm not going to grow squash in the future, mainly because they take up so much room in the garden. I could better use the space growing more sweet corn, for example. Did you also notice my lemongrass? It's doing quite well, really. I've had to trim the tops, but it's still growing. I wonder if it'll make it through the winter. If so, that'll be the second winter it's got through. The big news while I've been away, of course, has been the replacement of the hedge with this rather spiffy fence. Now, not only do I not have to bother trimming that hedge every year, hooray! But there's been a couple of other spin-offs as well. Firstly, I've got more border space that I can do something with. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. But also, the cat isn't bringing so many mice into the house. When we were digging up all the roots of the hedge, I kept finding these little holes just about mouse size. Well, no mice in the house anymore. I don't have any video of the erection of this, if you'll pardon the expression, but there were lots of pictures on Facebook, as many of you will know. Look at my cineraria. They're a good 1.5 feet high. Look at these foxgloves. They're coming out. This climbing rose has been hacked right back, as has the one over here, and this one that used to go up and over the arch. I'll be replacing those with clematis probably in the spring. You know how much I hate climbing roses. The leeks are doing well, and I'll probably dig them up a week or two before Christmas. And you might remember I planted some purple sprouting broccoli. Ha! First the cabbage whites came along, laid their eggs, and the caterpillars munched them. Then some leaves appeared, and now the slugs have decided it's their turn. And I think while it's dry, I'll just trim back this clematis. By the way, I don't know whether you've ever seen these lovely flexi buckets. I've just discovered them. And I love them because you can get quite a lot in, and then you just kind of have 2 handles to carry them around. Only about £4 from garden centres. There we are. That'll do nicely. Can anybody tell me what this flower is? It grows like wildfire at this time of year. There's another patch over here too. It falls into the category of what I would call a pretty nuisance. It's nice, but it just goes mental all over the garden. I'm going to have to dig it out. Now, I've had lots of messages asking me when I'm going to be making garden videos again, and what is it that's keeping me away from making garden videos? Well, let me tell you. As many of you will probably remember, I like to ring bells, not little dingle-dingle things, but big things weighing 1/2 ton and more. And the bells here in Prestine, well, they're a bit difficult to ring. And the last time they had any major work on them was 100 years ago. Well, I've been getting some bell experts in to come and look and tell us what we need to do to make them go better and sound better. And the bottom line is they need a major overhaul to the tune of £50,000. Now, that's a lot for a community to raise. And we are doing quite well at the moment. Amongst the ringers, we've raised £18,000, most of that coming from 4 of us. Do the math. But most of my time now is taken up with trying to fundraise. It's not a task I've ever done before to any great extent, but I can tell you it takes up a lot of my time, you know, trying to raise interest in the community, beg for money off people in the community, beg for money out of the businesses in the community, track down and apply to charitable trusts and grant funding bodies and pleading the case. It takes a lot of time, writing the emails, writing the letters, filling in the forms, doing the publicity. Now, to help people understand about bells and bell ringing and the work that really needs to be done and the appeal that we're making to people, I've set up a website, prestinebells.uk. You see it on the screen there. There's also a link under this video that you can click on. Please go there, have a little look at the website, learn about what I'm getting involved with and what's taking up so much of my time. Now, this is where you come in, and I'm not entirely comfortable asking this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. If everybody who watches this video could just donate £5 to our cause, then we'd be a lot further ahead in reaching our target of £50,000. And the reality is, until all that money has been raised, I am not going to have time to do any gardening videos because I'm so wrapped up in this fundraising activity. So please, go to the website, find the page that says donate, click on the PayPal button and just give £5. I'm not asking a lot. You know, I spend a lot of time out here in the garden making these videos, and I'm asking you really to give something to a cause that I care about. So please, just give £5 and I'll be back in the garden sooner rather than later. Appeal over. Well, as regular viewers will know, I usually finish my series in November anyway because the days are short, they're wet. I don't like November, remember? Remember, I don't like November. And really all it's about is picking up leaves, cutting things back and waiting for the snows and the cold weather to come. Thankfully we don't have it as bad as they're having in New York State at the moment. I've even got some washing out on the line. So, have a great holiday season. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Don't watch too much TV. And hopefully, God willing, I'll see you sometime in 2015. Can't say when. Depends when we've reached our target of £50,000. Have a great one. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon. Ciao.